Welcome back, everybody. During Women's History Month, we're spotlighting one of the most important women in Texas, and specifically Houston history, Ima Hogg.
I went to Bayou Bend, Hogg's longtime home, to learn more about the philanthropist, mental health advocate, and art collector whose generosity has touched some of the biggest entities in our city.
On the other side of this footbridge over Buffalo Bayou, in the heart of River Oaks, is a sprawling estate built by a remarkable woman.
We are standing in Bayou Bend, which was built in the late 1920s.
Ima Hogg was the sole resident of this two-story, 24-room home for more than 3 decades.
Miss Hogg was born in Mineola, Texas in 1882.
Hogg's father, James, was the first native-born Texan to become the state's governor. Years after his term ended, the family moved to Houston in 1905. But Ima and her brothers didn't acquire their significant wealth until more than a decade after their father's death in 1906, when they discovered oil on family-owned land in West Columbia.
With that wealth, she used that money to fund her philanthropic endeavors.
Hogg was considered a pioneer, establishing the Hogg Foundation for Mental Health in 1940 at UT Austin.
It was extremely progressive. I think she suffered with depression and mental health issues herself, and then, felt that was really important to bring to children and families.
As a classical pianist who trained in New York and Europe, she organized the Houston Symphony Orchestra in 1913. She was even elected to the Houston School Board in 1943, and during her term worked to remove gender and race as criteria for determining pay. But what she collected within these walls may be her most visible contribution.
And she started rapidly building a collection in the 1950s of American decorative arts and paintings that would tell the history of our nation.
Behind the ropes, an up-close look at significant paintings.
This portrait is by Charles Willson Peale. He is one of the most important colonial American artists.
Rare artifacts and furniture.
It's called a turret top table. It's quite rare. There's probably just a handful of them surviving.
And even commemorative dinnerware,
which was made in Staffordshire, England. It had images of the Mexican-American War.
There are still items in the home Hogg enjoyed in her everyday life.
Behind this cabinet, Miss Hogg had this Scott radio. It comes with a stereo system, a turntable, and this remote control.
The rooms themselves entertaining legendary visitors.
Andy Warhol visited. He loved this bathroom.
The dining room hosted world leaders for a dinner in 1990 during the G7 summit. While most of her extensive art collection is housed at the Museum of Fine Arts Houston, many culturally significant pieces are still here. And since Hogg never married or had children, the woman known as the First Lady of Texas gifted all of this to Houstonians to enjoy for decades to come.
Oh, it's such an incredible experience. If you're new to the Houston area, totally worth checking out. Now, if you're wondering about her unusual name, which she was teased about a lot growing up, her first name actually came from an epic Civil War poem that was written by her uncle, and in which one of the characters was named Ima, and her last name also happened to be Hogg, and she had no middle name, which was unusual for the time, so she couldn't go by anything but Ima Hogg.
But what a fascinating person.
Absolutely. Very progressive in her thoughts, her ideas, and she's given so much to the city of Houston.
Yeah, Bayou Bend is a local treasure.
Absolutely.